What are some conspiracy theories you truly believe in? Don your tinfoil caps and enlighten us. Contact cases are getting bigger so the companies can try and make you buy more cleaning solution. I am so pissed off right now. I can somewhat buy this. It's similar to the laundry detergent thing. It's been proven that the fill lines in laundry detergent caps are pretty off from how much you actually need to do a load of laundry. You usually need about half of what they recommend. And yet most of us still use 2x as much as that fill line. Okay, this is not normally the sort of thing that I recommend, but making laundry soap might be the easiest money saver ever. It's like 98% water, with a few scoops of washing soda, borax, and a half a bar of soap grated with a cheese grater. Cook it on the stove and then fill up a bunch of empty laundry soap bottles. My wife does it maybe once every 3-4 months, making a gallon 2 at a time. Smells awesome. Great fresh scent. Not strong. Just smells like clean. Works just as well as commercial stuff. And is like 1.5 cents per load or something stupid. You'll spend maybe $10 up front on borax and soda. But it will last a million batches. And the bar of laundry soap she gets is about $2 and you use half per batch. Also, having borax around is awesome. Natural bug killer. Awesome scouring agent for dirty steel pans. And I use it to adjust the pH in my pool, too, for about a quarter of the price of commercial products. I had a friend who used to write for MTV who told me that the Kanye, Taylor Swift VMA moment was planned, not scripted. It was ad lib, but the time was allotted for it in script. Everyone knew it was going to happen and he was allowed on stage by security to do it. They needed a water cooler moment for the year and that was it. This will blow your mind. Then, at the time of the VMAs, Taylor Swift's management, David Wirtschafter at William Morris Agency, Kanye West's management, David Wirtschafter at William Morris Agency. Kanye had a big public fight with 50 Cent when they simultaneously released Graduation and Curtis. Guess who represents 50 Cent? David Wirtschafter at William Morris Agency. You make him sound like Palpatine. Emperor Palpatine's agent? You guessed it. David Wirtschafter at William Morris Agency. This scene is in fact Taylor Swift's initiation into what I call the circle of chosen artists. The pupil is humiliated in front of her peers and told that she is not worthy to be on the same stage as Beyoncé, the queen of the ceremony. Almost all groups, fraternities and gangs carry out an initiation process to test the recruit's character, strength and worth. Swift's ordeal was to have Kanye ruin her first award ever and to be told that she didn't deserve this recognition. The rapper is known for bitching during award shows, so he was the perfect candidate to make it all seem unexpected. Some loon. That antivirus software companies make viruses. I'm pretty sure McAfee was spreading a few viruses recently. The worst one is called McAfee. I thought the worst was Norton. Yes, Norton were caught doing it. They spread a few viruses around that only Norton could protect from, so they would get the highest test rating few years back. Someone is spying on me through my webcam. I always have my laptop webcam covered with a band-aid. I'm paranoid. You'll know this is true when all the band-aid companies start making only see-through band-aids. All they're going to see is my past it, grunting visage as I wank. Enjoy. I can still see you. Oh yeah, scratch your arm. I bet it feels real good. Marketing on Reddit is much more prevalent than most users realize. The Floor is Lava game is bundled into human DNA. How else would you explain millions of children playing it all around the world without even being taught about it? Definitely true. These games, such as tag, hide and go seek, etc., are all ways children develop and hone hunting skills. You can see this behavior across tons of different species. Similarly, the tickle reflex teaches you which parts of your body are the most vulnerable. I was born and lived in a volcano. You're telling me other people played this? That this post was set up by the CIA to narrow down which conspiracy theorists to assassinate. The CIA had nothing to do with this. Shut up. O.J. Simpson was guilty, but was found innocent, because the city of Los Angeles wanted to avoid the rioting that had taken place in 1992 following the Rodney King trials. and that his more recent charges are completely faked in order to get him into prison for the murders after it all died down. It's kind of hard to fake a kidnapping. And didn't he more or less admit to it, just trying to come up with excuses as to why it was alright? That the US government, CIA, Department of Defense, facilitated the smuggling and sale of cocaine in the US to support right-wing movements and proxy wars in Central and South America, thus leading to the corporate prison state and crack cocaine explosion of the 1980s. There's actually a significant amount of evidence that this has occurred, and still occurs today. If you ask me, I think it's interesting that wherever the CIA go in the world, drug production rises shortly afterwards. I also think it's interesting that the volume of seized drugs never goes higher than 10%, despite ever increasing funds and manpower directed. The drug war isn't about elimination, it's about management. They are slowly downgrading standard definition TV just to make HD look better. I think it's your TV getting older. You need to buy a new TV. Your family deserves a new TV. Don't you love your family? Press buy if you love your family. Ignore if you want them to burn to death. Facebook. They are. By making TVs bigger. Ever seen a VHS tape recently? I can't believe we actually put up with that. WBC are making everyone stand up for gay rights by pretending to be assholes. Whoa. Create a common enemy to unite the people. Holy shit. So we'll hunt them. Because they can't take it. Because they're not our hero. They're a silent guardian. A watchful protector. Loudest freaking guardian since that howler monkey guarding its territory coat. That all the girls in my state got together and said if we all can't sleep with him, no one can. I'm gonna say that your first mistake was somehow implying to all the girls in your state that not all of them could sleep with you. I'm open to the idea of there being more than one shooter for JFK's assassination. Well, those FBI files get declassified in a couple decades. Sooner. The documents get released in 2017. It'll turn out the investigation on Redacted ended up proving that Redacted, which ultimately shows that Redacted was at fault. I think we've found a future SCP writer. I think Beyonce had a surrogate mother give birth to her child. I agree. There was a video where she sat down bending forwards while heavily pregnant and her belly crumpled inwards. No pregnant woman would sit like that. They'd be staggering around daring anyone to laugh at them. She also put no weight on in her face, arms, etc. The level of secrecy surrounding the birth eclipsed that of the royal family. All in all, I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell that she would risk losing her figure. Fake pregnancy. You can go through a pregnancy and not gain that much weight. Some women just gain 20 pounds and lose it quickly afterwards. I live in a big city in France and see pregnant women and new mothers all the time. I can verify that some people gain no extra weight whatsoever, and I have now become completely intrigued by this phenomenon. Skinny women with children. Skinny pregnant women everywhere. If you're really interested, watch a few episodes of I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant. Some people gain no weight, no bulge, and then bam, baby. I'm sure Osama bin Laden is dead, and I'm sure we did it, but I highly doubt it went down the way they told us. I'll bite. Why? My theory behind it all. Osama bin Laden was staying a couple miles from the equivalent of Pakistan's West Point and what's considered their suburbs. There is no way in hell that Pakistan didn't know he was there. They were banking on how much he was worth and then eventually sold him to the US for something. We didn't find him via CIA operations combing the sands of Afghanistan. We found him because politics. Additionally, there were reports that Pakistan's secret police went around to houses in the neighborhood and warned them before the operation took place. Told them to stay inside, etc. This information is less solid than his geographic location, however. I think it's practically a given IC played some role in this whole thing. They have to be one of the shadiest organizations on earth. Yeah, I'm pretty much positive that Sterling Archer is the man who pulled the trigger. Can we just talk about the murals at Denver Airport? Have you seen the tunnel at Detroit's airport? It can only be described as a hippie's worst acid trip being played out before you. Yes. But how about the demon horse that killed its maker? Creeps me out every time I drive by. I believe the police popularized the white tee, baggy pants combo to make perps easy to catch during nighttime foot chases. Sting. Cleverer than he looks. I think the white t-shirt was to make it hard to describe a perp if there's a whole block full of black males in white t-shirt. Which is pretty smart, actually. The state of Wyoming doesn't exist. Agreed. I've been there, and it's clearly Montana with the serial numbers filed off. This is something I'm actually quite worried about. My brother claims to live in Wyoming and I'm supposed to visit him for Christmas, but I'm not convinced Wyoming is a place yet. I drove through once. Didn't see a house. As a person from Wyoming, I can confirm this. That Tom Cruise doesn't actually buy any of that Scientology bulls. He's spent the last 20 years attending all the meetings, denouncing the value of modern medicine, jumping up and down on couches, hiring famous women to let them be impregnated by him, all to convince the rest of us that he's a complete lunatic. The twist is, he's actually on the most dangerous and top secret mission of his life. All of his wide-eyed crazy couch jumping antics will continue until he finally reaches Scientology level 99, at which point, like a badass action hero, he brings down the entire organization from the top. Afterwards, while standing in front of the smoking ruins of Scientology secret headquarters, the Hubbard Dome, Tom turns to the camera and says this mission, puts on sunglasses, just got a little less impossible. I really want this to be true. Too bad the max level of Scientology is now 255. What is it wow, expansion. Tom Cruise, will now vanquish the undead king, the evil dragon lord, and then I shall team up with pandas.